Would you like to learn why I believe DOWGE or DJI 6930 has the potential to 1000x plus within the next 90 days? And why if you're in DOWGE, you are in potentially one of the most major, significant, spiritual, everything cult coins that exists in the market today. And if you're not in it, then this is the time right now that it is still low. The opportunity is very much there. If you love content like this, make sure you smash a like on this video and subscribe at Supoman Live. This is where you are going to get live alpha, an opportunity to talk to me as well. But this is where you need to be if you want to be kept informed of what the situation is regarding making massive multipliers over the next 90 days. So if you love content like this, make sure you smash the like on this video. And there I am, live right now. So if you could just join me right now and press that like button, which is underneath the live chat. There we are. Pressed. For you pressing it with me. Right now, the cryptocurrency market is exploding because Bitcoin has now reached a new all-time high, going up as far as $123,000. And this is what I said would happen. I have been saying for months now that the second half of 2025 is what's going to be yielding the massive returns, the massive multipliers, and to just be patient because the second half is going to be astronomical. And what we're seeing right now is we are seeing that pivot. How many times have I shown you this screen and it said 20 or less? And literally in the space of a few days, we are now seeing the rotation because we're seeing Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, but now we are seeing people feeling confident in the overall crypto market and they are investing in altcoins, and now altcoins are beginning to outperform Bitcoin, and therefore we are moving towards an alt season. Look at the spike in just the last few days. It's really gone up. And as far as I'm concerned, one of the best cryptocurrencies, not financial advice, everything I share in this video is for educational purposes only, but is DOWGE. DOWGE, right now, is the second coming of SPX. So SPX, this is basically a cult coin, right? And this has led the way. And you can see just how significant an impact a cult coin has on the entire crypto market. So whilst you've got your AI, RWA, layer ones, infrastructure, all sorts, all DeFi and all these various different narratives, one of the best ever cryptocurrencies and gainers of all time is a cult coin. So the stage is set. This is a huge narrative. And even right now, at $1.60 and at $1.5 billion market cap, it is showing proof of concept. But, in my opinion, the everything coin is DOWGE. And this is the altcoin that I believe is going to be the most significant gainer in the summer, leading towards the final hockey stick movement that we will see at the end of the bull market come the end of this year. And I believe that DOWGE is going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries because it's got the most upside, yet maintaining a lot of the characteristics that make a fantastic cult coin. So where you can see that SPX is already at $1.5 billion, what we have got with DOWGE is we have got, in my opinion anyway, and I believe this is shared by many, many others, and this is what equates to the diamond-handedness of DOWGE, DJI 6930, is that this is the most all-inclusive, all-encompassing meme coin, cult coin right now. Okay, it just is, and I'm going to show you why it is. This is no bullshit. You see on Deck Screener a bunch of crappy altcoins, and I'm going to tell you about one specifically in a minute, which was majorly hyped, tons of gamblers, and they got wrecked. Why did they get wrecked? Because they're gambling. Stop gambling, and that is what DOWGE is. Stop gambling. Stop trading. Stop just looking for a multiplier and leave. Get into something. Believe in it. Stand for something. Have faith in your convictions. That's what DOWGE represents. It's not just a dog coin. It's not stock. Not only stock meta. It's not only TradFi. It's not cult. It's not just movement. It's all about the approach to it, which is stop trading. Buy, believe, broadcast. That's it. Buy, believe in your conviction of buying, and then broadcast it wherever you can. On every YouTuber's channel, on every X account's channel, DJI6930 is the play. Why? Because it's a community-powered, belief-focused cult coin. That means that its value is completely comprised of the community. The community of DOWGEs. Okay? The DOWGEs. Or DOWGEs. Whichever. But you are one of them. I am sure, if you're watching right now. So why have I got such conviction in this? Because I have watched other YouTubers, and you know what, there are, most YouTubers, 95% of YouTubers will talk about whatever they, Render, Ondo, Hyperliquid, Superverse, all of these really major coins, major in market cap, already made the rich wealthy, their stock market cryptos. Like, they don't go up huge. The little amounts they go up is making the very wealthy people in them already even richer. And the people that have put a few hundred, a few thousand in it, they're going to get just a bit richer. But the people who've got huge amounts of money in it, if it goes up 1%, they make another million or something, right? And that's what other YouTubers are talking about. They are talking about coins that are already backed, by the people who have money, the people that are making money, more and more money as they go up. But you are not making money as a retail investor. That is the point. If you're watching any of these guys, and the light is unfolding right now. Like, I watched Alex Becker do a video the other day, and he was doing another half-an-hour video where he talks about the market, makes a load of crappy jokes, talks about the same coins, and they do not move. Why? Because people don't believe it anymore, right? They know that these cryptocurrencies are not to make people rich. They are to make the wealthy richer and make them preserve their wealth while it doesn't generate wealth for anybody else. And that's why I have major belief in DOWGE. I will not talk about Render or any of those junk coins. Pepe, those coins have already got their supporters. They don't need me. But I've got extreme belief in DOWGE. Why? Because of this, okay? DOWGE is not just a meme coin, all right? So DOWGE is theoretically categorized as a meme coin. But it's so much more than that. It represents a kind of whole holistic group of different assets that comprise DOWGE. As you can see from the thumbnail, DOWGE is essentially the next SafeMoon, the next SPX, the next Bitcoin. It has elements of DOWGE, of Pepe. It's got real strong appeal of stock meta with the Dow Jones. Like, so many of the top major coins are basically, if you put them all together, make DOWGE. Okay, it's a meme coin. It's a mission to flip the Dow Jones 30. It's all in the ticker. DJI Dow Jones Index 69, flip the 30. All right, that's what it's about. And they have got a dog mascot for commercial appeal and for something to stand with. This is essentially the icon of not only what's going to beat TradFi, but you. You are DOWGEs. You are DOWGEs. You are these. This is you. Don't see this as another coin. Chainlink is not you. Solana is not you. Render, Ondo, Hyperliquid, Super, they are not you. They are someone else getting rich off you. That's what they are. They're faceless organizations because they don't want to show you who are getting rich off of plebs. But these are you. This is you. You're an animal. You're a degen. You've got that passion. You've got that spirit. Bear with me a second. Let me just send this over to the fantastic people who may not be aware I've gone live on X, so they can join in the fun too, should they wish to, which hopefully they will. There we are, done and done. So it's got a major mission. It's diamond-handed. Right? Let's have a look at the media posts. Right? It's not about selling. There is no sell in DOWGE. It's not sell. You don't get DOWGE to sell. You get DOWGE to believe and to broadcast. That's it. There is no sell. There is no chart. There is no TA. It's just buy and believe, and that's it. You don't have to do anything but buy, believe, and broadcast. That's it. It's simple. It's so simple. And you just hodl. Because it's all about network effect. That is what's got SPX to where it is, and that is what's going to help get DOWGE to where it will be. Okay, so there is no chart. It's a pure faith asset. Okay? And it's all here for you to see. And look at the richness of the memes. Okay, look at these memes. These are something special. Like if you have a look at Pepe. Right? This is the official Pepe account. Right? Look at their memes. Boring. Boring. Same old, same old. Represents nothing. It is just pure meme. If I was to do this for Pepe, this is what it is. A meme coin. That's it. Yeah, probably diamond-handedness. But it's a meme coin. That's all it is. Whereas DOWGE, mission. Pepe has no mission. It's got no financial target. Pepe's not saying, right, okay, we're going to beat Doge. Or we're the next Doge. Or we're going to aim for 100 billion to get to where Doge... They don't do anything. It's nothing. It's just a meme coin. Doesn't inspire anything. Doesn't, encourage anything. It's just a meme coin, and that's it. You look at it, it's just making a ton of memes. That's it. But what you've got with DOWGE is you've got a diamond-handed community. All right? Look at DOWGE. Look at the stability of it. Why? Diamond-handedness. Now, let's have a look at an alternative. Altcoin. Right? I didn't touch this shit. I kind of liked it because it had low cap vibes. So low cap is you buying it because it's a low cap, right? This, you're buying it because it's altcoin, right? Alt season, altcoin, right? So it had that simplicity. Same appeal as low cap. This is a pile of shit, and look what happened, right? This exploded to 200 million market cap, right? 200 million. That's a major milestone for a piece of shit, right? And guess what happened, right? This, if we have a look, if we break it down to diamond-handedness, right? This had an awful distribution score. So, and I bet nobody looked at this, right? Value between 0 and 100, right? 100 being perfect distribution of tokens, 0 being single holder control. 0.63. Utterly awful. No distribution at all. If we have a look on gatekept, which again I bet nobody uses, this was 100% a cabal play. Look, they made nearly $1 million and they're still holding a bunch. Why? Because certain holders were able to get out. This person, look, if we have a look at the transactions, sure you can see okay. If we have a look at the transactions, at this one, the biggest seller, right, look how much he bought, $2,300 worth, 5.2 million, an insider. Let's look at his transaction history. Sell, sell, sell. Basically, he was selling for 2 hours straight, selling the crap out of it. Why? Because it had single holder control. In terms of it was largely held by one entity. And it was a cabal play. It's just that what happened was one member of the cabal got out better than all the rest of them. And all the rest of them sold. Look at all these sell figures. You know, I imagine that the KOLs or whoever was pushing this were in a rush to get out before they had nothing. And even if you have a look at the holders right now, they're still at 140k, 130k. People have that much. Imagine how much this had when it was basically 100x the price that it is now. Right? This person had 1.4. They had 14 million worth. Right? That just goes to show you what can happen. You get in the wrong coin, a cabal created coin, a very low distribution score. If you have a look at SPX, this is 5, that's much better. Right? So between 0 and 100, 5 is much better than under 1. So SPX, they quite clearly got a decent distribution compared to altcoin. But let's have a look at DJI. 10.58. This is double the distribution score of SPX. So that means it's even more decentralized. It's 200% more decentralized than SPX. And all, well, this is just pile of shit anyway. 0. Now, as we can see, you know, alt, 100% chance of a cabal coin. We look at DOWGE, 0% chance. 0% chance. Now, yes, some people have sold. Some people who got in early, fine. But guess what? They are going to regret it. Because, as I just showed you, we're now moving into alt season. Like, we're not in an alt season yet. Alt season happens at 75, right? We're 40 away from that. Like, we have got a hell of a mountain to climb. And that means only one thing. Huge gains to get to 75. And this could be it. This could be the final one as well. This could be the final alt season. Because, let's face it, we get an alt season every 6 months, right? But in a post-halving year, that tends to be the alt season of alt seasons. That the one we get at the kind of end, like 12 to 18 months after the halving, which is the period we are in right now, the alt season we get in that time tends to be the one that ends it all, right? The one where you make the multitudinous multipliers. So being diamond-handed on the lead-up to 75 is where you is the exact approach. So people selling, fine, sell, right? They are not part of DOWGE. They are not really DOWGE, okay? They are not ones that just look at the chart and that don't look at the chart, just hold and believe. They're not those. They are just, let's make multipliers. Fine, fuck them. They're out. They're out now, okay? And the higher the price goes, the more they will get kicked out, and then that's it. Bye-bye. We don't care for those anyway, because it's all about holding and believing. I haven't sold a dime. I haven't even thought about selling a dime. I'm not interested in selling a dime. Not interested. But people are like, a couple of people, you know, like, people of influence who I know are like, you got to sell some. You got to, what was it they say? It's overbought. No, it's not overbought. This is underbought. Severely, severely, severely underbought. And even if it was overbought, I don't give a shit because it's not about the chart. It's not about TA. It's not about shilling. It's just buy and believe, and that's it. So it's diamond-handed. I've just shown you. It's diamond-handed. Right? DOWGE is killing it in terms of holders. Look, it's improving all the time, and that's all that needs to happen. That's all that's needed. Network effect. Just diamond hand, buy, believe, and then other people will join, buy and believe, and so on and so on and so on, like a snowball. And that's just how it will keep going. Right? I've been making YouTube videos. I've made 2 so far on my main channel, which have really taken off. Now, when I'm doing a video about tons of coins, like typically when I do a video like this, right, this would be what would normally be viral. Yeah, they want to hear about hundreds of coins, right? They want, you know, people from the various communities of all these alts are like, oh, I want to see where my coin comes, right? This got 20k, and a video about one single coin. A video about one single coin, 21k, and then the next one, 17k. Just 5 days ago, 17k. About one coin. If you have a look at the shorts, I've done 2 videos on DOWGE, 7.9. This one I released last night, 6.3, is already one of my best performing shorts. And it's not even been out, it's only been out like, what, 16 hours? Not even that. 16 hours or so. Right, it's already got 6.3k. So people are loving this. They are loving DOWGE. It just stands for so much. Why? Because it's just got commercial appeal at the end of the day. Look at the logo. Like, when people get presented with the logo, they get a mascot and dog coin, which is what they're used to. But then when they find out more about it, then they realise it's a mission coin, it's a movement, it's a cult coin. Right? And as they get further down the rabbit hole, which is very clear if you go to the DOWGE website, like, it's not like SPX where you've got to listen to Murad talk for hours and hours and hours to really understand what SPX is. Right? This is just very, very easy. You go to the website. And when you go to the website, you will find out more things, right? It's Wall Street friendly. You know, they've got the TradFi ticker. So that is instant recognition. Like, if you are a Wall Street banker looking for some crypto exposure, or if you are looking to outperform as an entity. So look, people in Wall Street, they've already got their ETFs on Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's going to be more, maybe Solana, XRP, and others. Cardano, etc., right? So there's already kind of a crypto instrument that exists on Wall Street, right? But, you know, what is a cryptocurrency outside of those that they would look at as a ticker and as a name and think, that resonates with me? DAO of DOWGE, DAO is Dow Jones. DJI, Dow Jones Index, the most popular index of Wall Street, is all in the ticker. Right, so it's Wall Street friendly, it's TradFi friendly, banker friendly. All right, even though, you know, there are memes against the bankers, right? So look at these memes. So you've got this one here, which is basically from Tekken 2, and you can see it with the PlayStation graphics. And you've got another one here, which is like WrestleMania on the Super Nintendo. And again, you've got DOWGE versus the banker, okay? But it's all very tongue-in-cheek, because at the end of the day, bankers will probably be quite self-deprecating of themselves anyway. Because they are bankers, you know, they're suits. You know what they're like. You know, they are smarmy, slimy. I'm probably not going to be popular with them. Banker wankers, as I call them. Right? But it doesn't matter, because this is their language, right? They get it. Like, you don't have anything, you don't have Pepe. You don't have Pepe got anything with bankers, have you? Nothing. Nothing. Like, the only thing that makes this popular is because Pepe is a well-known meme anyway. It was part of Donald Trump's presidential campaign. So it's got that, like, you know, meme law, you know, LORE law attached to it. That's why bankers would look at it, but they wouldn't give a shit about it otherwise, right? However, with DOWGE and DJI 6900, they have got something that's Wall Street friendly, something that's banker friendly. I understand, right? And you know what, right? At the end of the day, bankers, they're all about making commission. They're all about, you know, getting big accounts, making fat rips, you know, and living a millionaire lifestyle. But they're probably they probably understand exactly what they're part of, which is a machine that essentially makes the rich richer and the poor a little, maybe a tiny bit richer. You know, if we have a look at the Dow Jones, today, look, we've got Bitcoin at 122k, right? Bitcoin 122k. Now, if we just have a look and see what's pumping, look, you've got like 80%, 50%, 30% in the top 100 as well. And what you've got on Dow Jones is what? 0.6, 0.77, 0.92. Ooh! No one's going to get rich from that. So they already know what they're part of. They know they are part of a, you know, corrupt, ethically and morally and spiritually system. Yeah? So they're going to know that DJI is onto something. You know, DJI 6930 is onto something. It's about overthrowing a machine that is immoral, unethical, and, to be honest, outdated. Right? So DJI has an incredible amount of qualities that make it very attractive. Stock Meta, there has been, you know, obviously SPX has done well. There was another one called Stockcoin. There's a few others, more minor ones. This is Stock Meta, right? This is, therefore, RWA. Because RWA is real world assets, which is basically exposure to stocks, land, appreciating assets, right? And because this is essentially revolving around the Dow Jones and therefore the stock market, this is an RWA coin too. So it's stock meta and it's RWA. So it's stock meme coin and an RWA coin at the same time. So it's like a house coin, basically. Because what you're doing is you're betting on Dow's DJI 6930 to flip the Dow Jones 30, right? So therefore, it's stock all the way, right? So like with house coin, one house coin equals one house. Basically, DOWGE is looking to overthrow the stock market. So exact same concept. It's an RWA coin, but memeified to make it more user-friendly, more commercial, easy for dumb retail to get in and understand. Decentralized distribution, I've already talked about, that is related to diamond-handedness. Spiritual, okay, because it's about manifesting. I'm not delusional in looking to flip the Dow Jones. I'm just manifesting. It's spiritual in nature, like the energy of it is spiritual. It's about overthrowing dead culture. And just look at the artwork. Kind of retro inspired. PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Mega Drive or Genesis. It's really cool. Really cool. This is a cult. This is a community. This is brilliant. And this is just designs. This is just some of the designs. If we have a look in greater detail, right, then the community is all over the place. There are memes everywhere. Look. What's this, outside the House of Parliament? There's artwork everywhere. Look at this. This is basically like SPX, the second coming. Exactly the same. Look, that no other meme coin, cryptocurrency has captured the minds of people like DOWGE has. Right? Look, the community is all over it. Why? Because the community is it. No other coin, right? If we just go and have a look at any random coin, Curve. You're not Curve. You're not Jasmy. You're not Sui. You're not XRP. You're not the Sandbox. You're not Bitensor. You're none of these. These are utility coins that were created by someone who had a skill set, the skill set to create an infrastructure or an AI coin or whatever, and you're believing in their idea. That's what you're doing. With DOWGE, you're believing in you and your idea and your part in the collective power of flipping the Dow Jones. It's a wealth equalizer. Okay? So again, with the likes of SPX, it's already made the money. Okay? I love SPX, don't get me wrong. I'm an Aeon, or part of the Aeons. I'm more a DOWGE or DOWGE. Let me know in the comments, what do you prefer? DOWGE or DOWGE? Right? So they've already made the money. Okay, this was a wealth equalizer if you were early, but it's already made the money. Yeah? The actual stock market, again, makes the rich richer, the poor, if they actually want any stock market exposure, they'll probably be rinsed anyway by some broker and not make much at all anyway. So again, not a wealth equalizer. The wealth equalizer is DOWGE, right? It's the new Bitcoin. Why do I make a comment to say it's the new Bitcoin, right? So what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a decentralized payment network that is used to be an alternative, or should I say a modernization of banking, traditional banking, right? So traditional banking is you earn money, you put it in a bank, your bank stores it, you spend money, it comes out of your bank card, basically, bank account, right? But it's a third-party system, right? And if everybody was to try and cash out all the money in their bank accounts, if like even 5% of the world wanted to cash out all the money in their bank accounts, the bank can't fund it. So these digital numbers that are in people's bank accounts are not really real, because if everybody wanted to take their money out tomorrow, the bank could not pay everyone, right? So there needed to be a change in the model where your money is your money. If you take it out, it doesn't matter. It's yours. And it's an asset that can't be inflationized. Not largely inflationized like the dollar or fiat currency, right? So not only is it a decentralized system that is real money, you can take it out and it's your real money, but it's also, it's an alternative to traditional finance, right? What's DOWGE? DOWGE is exactly the same thing. It is an alternative to investing in stocks. You are investing in a stock-exposed crypto. A crypto looking to overthrow the biggest machine, which is the Dow Jones, right? So you've got a crypto that is really, really taking on the bigwigs, right? They are taking on traditional finance. So it's the new Bitcoin. And it's decentralized in distribution. One of the strongest distribution scores I've seen of any meme coin I've looked at. So therefore, it is actually decentralized. It's non-inflationary as well. It's the new Bitcoin, right? It's fully diluted. Like, there's not going to be any inflation. Like, if you have a look at most cryptocurrencies in here, they're all inflationary. Like, very, very few have got actual max supply out. No, why would they? Because they are drip feeding it. So they get a price to a certain level, they add more supply, and then they can sell that supply. Do you get the economics of that? Right? So the people who actually control supply distribution and adding more to circulation are just like, Jerome Powell or Biden, whatever. The people that are creating money out of thin air, that's what the people in these faceless cryptocurrencies are doing, because they're not fully diluted, right? So they're adding more supply, selling that supply whilst the price is high, because they can just create money out of nowhere and sell it at the price it is. Right? And by the time anybody knows that, they're already wrecked. But you don't have that problem with DOWGE because it's already fully diluted. What's there is there. No more can be minted. What you buy of it and what your share is of it is yours. What you decide you want of it is yours. And as you see, there's so many contributors in the DOWGE ecosystem. And the thing is 2 weeks old, people. It's 2 weeks old. No, it's not even that. It's a week and 3/4 old. And it's already taking the world by storm. And they're sticky hodlers as well. Look, they are just buying, believing, and broadcasting. Okay, that's all that's going on. Buying, believing, and broadcasting. That's everything that you see. It's happening, people. It's happening. Like, this isn't pure belief. It's not just airy, fairy, crappy, fancy words. This is real. It's actually happening. Now, if I just have a look at... And there's many, many examples of this too. Where if you go into just across the Rubicon's chat, right? Hold on a minute. Let me just minimize this so you can actually see the chat. DOWGE, second comment. Third comment. Fifth comment. Sixth comment. Seventh comment. Ninth comment. 45 likes, 5 replies. DOWGE is the next SPX 6900. DOWGE, yes. Someone says just DCA SPX because that person is an SPX maximalist, which is fine. Right? And then this person responded, yeah. LMAO SPX 1.2 billion market cap by DOWGE, right? 13th comment, 14th comment, 15th comment, 16th comment. This dude don't read comments. If he did, he would understand that SPX is going to be overtaken by DOWGE. 17th comment, 18th comment, 19th comment, 20th, 21st. Look at this. So many. This is what's meant by buy, believe, broadcast. Now, I'm doing my job, obviously, because as a YouTuber and with a platform, I've got the ability to broadcast. But everybody has the ability to broadcast. It's all about just being present and showcasing that you love DOWGE and that this is it. And there's just so many memes. Like, look, there's no crypto, not even 2 weeks old, has this, you guys that are doing this, you guys are what's making it. And that's what can't be stopped, right? That's the thing. This is not you guys. This is not actually anybody. This is just a bunch of paid media. Everything. It's all paid media. These guys, I know because I'm an influencer. You know, I've been in the cryptocurrency game for 8 years. I've been to all the parties, been to all the conferences. I've spoke to all the founders, and you know, I've been within that whole circle, right? Where it's like paid deals, sponsorships. Talk about this, I'll give you a 70% discount. You know, talk about this, and I'll give you a 90% OTC discount. Like, I've been in these circles. I've heard the deals. I've seen them try to make deals with me, right? So I more than anybody would understand how all of this is just here because of paid media, paid shills. And the thing is that's not what DOWGE is about. It's not about paid shills. It's being the antithesis to paid shills. Okay? No trading. No inflation. No paid shills. Just belief-powered, diamond-handed. The multipliers, this has got limitless multiplier potential because it's chasing such a Goliath. Now, you may say it's delusional. Maybe it is. Who cares? Nobody ever got to a high position not believing, not being delusional. You've got to be delusional. I said to my parents, when I was, you know, in my early to mid-20s, I said to my parents, I said, I'm going to be a millionaire. They're like, nah, you're not. Right? They were from the old system, right? You don't become a millionaire unless you're an old, you know, unless you got into stock market assets from an early age, or you build like a Facebook. You can't just be a millionaire, right? I was delusional, but I didn't care because I believed it. I believed I would be a millionaire. I believed I would be successful. No matter what they said, and they were very realistic about it. They weren't saying, no, you got no chance. They were just like, it's unlikely. And look. And the power of delusion is strong because you get there. All right? And that is why DOWGE really does, in my opinion anyway, signify everything. You know? It's a bit of Doge. It's a bit of the Dow Jones. It's a bit of SPX 6900. It's a bit of Ondo. It's a bit of Pepe. It's got everything. It's got everything and more. Meme coin, cult coin, mission coin, movement coin, diamond handed coin, banker coin, TradFi coin, stock coin, dog coin, RWA coin, Wall Street coin, decentralized coin, the everything coin. And all it requires is you just buy, believe, broadcast. That's it. Right, let me take a few questions. DOWGE to Saturn, Jupiter and Pluto. 1000x, 10,000x impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Look at SPX, right? Now, literally, you know, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, they were sitting at 9 million market cap, right? And now they're at 1.4 billion, chasing 100 billion for this cycle. And ultimately, they are chasing, you know, 50 trillion, right? If it's impossible, that would not have happened. This dramatic spike from 7 million market cap to 2 billion market cap would not have happened, right? It's the power of belief. That's all that matters. Other people's counter beliefs, no one gives a shit about that. Gallo and Andrea thoughts, don't care. Sounds stupid. Sell your coins powered by Dow or Jolie. Well, no, not financial advice, but that is kind of what I have done. Gigadad, no. Gigadad's stupid. Where can we go for organised raids on DOWGE? You just create. There's too much content, but there are raids. You only have to go into the DOWGE Telegram group. DOWGE is the next Shiba. DOWGE is going to 20 billion. Hold on, let me just get someone out. Oh, hold on. Actually, I won't just yet. I want to see your snake. AKA high score on snake. Yeah, of course you do. Keep talking about DOWGE. Let's send this. Yes, I agree. Banker Wanker would be an awesome meme. And no need for it to be, because basically, you know, DOWGE is covering all the, you know, trader meme, you know, content out there. Lots of people asked about Superman. You know, at the end of the day, if you want to be in, you know, kind of early, then Superman. I mean, all these people are saying, "Oh, it's not worth 4,000. It's not worth it." Well, those people are going to be. Those people are not laughing now, are they? Fair play to you for commitment, pushing this hype. This is not going to be $1 billion coin. It's not a Cabal. No, exactly. It's not a Cabal coin. And what happens to Cabal coins? This is what happens to Cabal coins, right? Because they're shit. Right? SPX is not a Cabal coin. You know, SPX was really brought to prominence by one person, yeah, and that's all it needs. It's not about who. Okay, so yeah, I am slightly relevant to the equation, because without me, it wouldn't be on YouTube, I guess. You know, to the level it has. But at the end of the day, it's people-powered belief. If I was to die tomorrow, which hopefully I don't, it goes on through people's belief. And probably goes on because my lot can't ever be sold. So, yeah, that gives it even more. Don't wish for my death, though, people, please. Don't be getting any voodoo dolls out. Yeah, guys, what do you think of a community name? DOWGES? 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 Are we DOWGES? You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know what you think. 87,000 holders got rugged. Exactly. Yes, they did. 80,000 holders, who majority of them were because of paid shilling. Okay, so as I say with my DOWGE content, you know, it's not paid shills. We don't want paid shills, because paid shills, getting shills off of X and YouTube, you know, people who are financially incentivized to talk about it are only going to sell as soon as they get a whiff of a great price. You know, and they're not going to give a fuck either. They're just going to blanket sell it. They're probably going to sell 10k in one clip or 20k in one clip. And we don't want that, right? We want the proper, decentralized, pure, organic, belief-powered growth. Okay? That's what's wanted, what's needed. And that's all that that's all that is required. And it's got a very good decentralization score. And this is why 87,000 people got rugged, because they didn't look or do research. They just believed in paid shills, and they got fucked over for it. Super, do you think Fartcoin will have high gas fees when Solana goes up high? That's funny. What's the next step after Bitcoin hitting 123k? Well, I don't think it's going to stop there. I think it should go to about 100, 130, 150. I think the final price of Bitcoin will be somewhere in the region of 200 to 220k. Like, people say 200, and it's either going to temporarily obliterate it, or people are going to stop it short. Let's come down a little bit. Or people are going to stop it short, and it's going to go to 180, something like that. But, you know, it doesn't really matter, because I've got exposure to Bitcoin, obviously, but mainly it will be a handful of meme coins. DOWGES. That's a good one. Right, okay, people, if you could choose Mum's Basement instead of Thailand, Hawaii, etc., why you choose Mum's Basement instead of Thailand, Hawaii if you made millions? I'll tell you why, right? Because, and you may not know this, but people who have money don't act like they've got money, right? I don't go out and wear, you know, a mixture of Gucci, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, and a bunch of brands, and drive around in a Lambo or Ferrari, and just, oh, look at me, look how rich I am. I don't do that. That's not me. If you are a person that is fundamentally, you know, a strong and principled person, money doesn't change you, right? So why would I live in Hawaii? Right? Dubai is good enough for me, and Dubai has got a better lifestyle than all the others. And I am living in Dubai anyway, so, and I've got, you know, multiple properties in Dubai, and that's something that I would recommend, not that you do, because I'm not a financial advisor, but I would recommend that your cash out involves Dubai in some way. That's what I would say, because it's literally the easiest way to become tax-free and really stick it to the man, in my opinion, anyway. Why is still not verified in Jupiter? Who gives a shit? I can verify. Who cares? I don't see it's unverified. It's just fine. It's such a pointless objection. Right, okay, people. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you, and I'm going to leave you with this. Investing in DOWGE is not just investing in a meme coin. This is everything and more. There's more. You know? You only have to look at the thumbnail. There's a bit of Pepe. It's a bit of Dow Jones. It's a bit of SafeMoon. It's a bit of Bitcoin. It's a bit of Ondo. It's a bit of Pepe. It's a bit of every single narrative that has substance, whilst at the same time being spiritual finance. I love you lots, guys. You are amazing DOWGers. I will see you next time. Let me know in the comments, why do you think DOWGE is amazing? And also let me know in the comments, whose videos have you been posting about DOWGE? Till next time, you're awesome. I'm the Supo. It's lights out, all out.